Epic E1000 AX isn't just quick, it's insane. Over 330 knots, insane climb rates, and a cabin that feels first class.
The accent lighting's, it's beautiful, it's wide, it's tall, it's spacious. I'm 5'11". Carlos, you're about the same. There's 2 feet between us.
Step onto the Epic, and the first thing you notice is the rear air stair. It doesn't just fold down like a normal door. It feels like walking into a private jet. Push a small button near the hinge, and the lights flick on, illuminating the path like a runway welcome mat. From there, it's a straight shot down a center aisle, lined with a Club 4 passenger seat layout that instantly makes you feel like you're in the lap of luxury. The cabin itself is deceptively roomy. At 15 feet long, 4.6 feet wide, and 4.9 feet tall, it might not sound huge, but every inch is used perfectly. 6 people can sit comfortably. And when I say comfortable, I mean even if you're nearly 7 feet tall, your knees aren't crammed, and your head doesn't scrape the ceiling. There's a rare combination here. Padding, pitch, and legroom that just works. Reclining leather seats come with little side pockets, power ports, adjustable air vents, and fingertip LED reading lights. You want to work? You can. You want to nap? You can. You want to watch the scenery glide past like a movie screen? You can do that too. What really blew me away was the flexibility. Behind the rear seats, there's space for luggage, and the seating can be adjusted mid-flight so everyone can reach their bags without a struggle. No awkward climbing over a seat like in most turboprops. It just feels designed for real people, with real needs. And then there's the tech that quietly makes it feel next level. The cabin is pressurized, the sound system and climate control are refined, and the windows are electronically dimmable. Too much sunlight on a hot day? Dial it down. Want a clear view of the mountains below? Dial it back up. It's like the cabin adapts to your mood. Every passenger, no matter where they're sitting, gets a first-class experience that doesn't waver, even when the plane is ripping through the sky at over 330 knots. It's not just comfort, it's confidence. You sit back, feel the cabin hum under you, and know this isn't just a fast plane, it's a fast plane that actually cares about who's inside it. Every detail, from the seats to the lights to the airflow, screams. Someone thought this through for real people, not just pilots.
All right, welcome back. This is Peter King. I'm the chief pilot at Epic Aircraft and wanted to show you some of the features inside the crew area or the flight deck of the E1000 AX. This is our cockpit mock-up, so the lights are not fully representative. We have them turned on so you can see the aspects of the flying experience here. First of all, this was designed using clay modeling in a room where people could experiment, and everything is ergonomically laid out so it falls to hand. In addition, all of the controls can be reached without having to stretch too much. The switches.
And here's where it gets really intense. Stepping into the cockpit of the Epic E1000 AX is almost like entering a spaceship, but one you have to wrangle just a little to get into. Access isn't exactly effortless. You do a bit of maneuvering over the controls, twisting your legs around pedals and levers like a pilot contortionist. But the moment you settle in, it's worth every awkward step. The headroom is generous. The seats feel sculpted around your body, and suddenly you realize this isn't just about comfort, it's about control. Once seated, your eyes are drawn to the all-glass flight deck, dominated by the 3-screen Garmin G1000 NXi. This isn't just fancy tech for the sake of it. It's precise, intuitive, and almost aggressive in its clarity. Each display is crisp, swifter than most general aviation panels you've ever seen, And the setup isn't just about looking good. Surface Watch helps prevent runway incursions, visual approach guidance with a 3-degree glide slope keeps landings clean, and the selectable HSI overlays can display everything from weather to traffic right in your line of sight. The Epic doesn't just stop there. The updated Garmin GFC 700 automated flight control system handles some of the heavy lifting, while synthetic vision gives you a 3D perspective of terrain and obstacles. Engine and airframe interface data are right at your fingertips. ADS-B keeps you aware of other aircraft, and you can integrate EFBS or tablets seamlessly. One-handed flight operation isn't a gimmick. It's real, practical, and necessary when the plane's capable of climbing at 4,000 feet per minute. Wait, you're watching right now but not subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button so we can move on with the video. You did, okay, cool. Now back to the planes. Safety is everywhere you look. The Wedge Annunciation Panel is genius. A miniature checklist that lights up in red for anything not properly configured before takeoff or landing, then turns green when everything's set. Right next to it, the angle of attack gauge is integrated with the Safe Flight Stall Protection System. Stick shaker? Check. Stick pusher? Check. 2 independent computers make sure that the stick pusher only activates when it's absolutely supposed to. No surprises here. Backup instruments like the L3 Stellar ESI 500 provide a safety net if anything goes sideways. The cockpit layout itself feels thoughtfully aggressive. Startup and shutdown follow logical button sequences, oversized push buttons are easy to hit even in turbulence, and 3 hefty levers for power, prop, and condition feel solid under your hand. Fuel management is automated, preventing the sloshing and imbalance that could catch an unprepared pilot off guard during sharp turns on the ground. By the time you're fully seated, with screens alive and systems running, it's hard not to feel a rush of respect, and maybe a hint of fear. This cockpit doesn't just house a plane, it houses raw, controlled power, and it expects a pilot who can handle it. Every lever, every button, every display is screaming in its own quiet way. Are you ready for this? And now, let's talk about what really makes the Epic E1000 AX almost terrifying in its brilliance: the performance. This isn't just a plane that gets you from point A to point B, it's a machine that demands respect from the second those turbines spin. At its heart is a Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6A67A engine, pushing out 1,200 shaft horsepower with a TBO of 3,500 hours. Pair that with a 5-blade Hartzell composite propeller, and suddenly, the numbers start to feel less like statistics and more like something out of a daredevil's dream. Maximum cruise speed? 333 knots. That's faster than most single-engine turboprops on the planet, and creeping into small business jet territory without the crazy jet-class fuel burn. And speaking of altitude, the E1000 AX can climb to 34,000 feet, 10 kilometers above sea level, and do it while sipping roughly 50 gallons of fuel per hour. That efficiency, combined with raw speed, is almost unheard of. The range is equally impressive: 1,560 nautical miles, or about 1,800 miles. Imagine flying non-stop from Los Angeles to Dallas, or New York to Denver, in a plane that looks like it belongs in a luxury hangar rather than a runway. Takeoff is deceptively short, just 2,254 feet. Land? 2,400 feet, meaning this plane doesn't just need big airports, it can work in tighter strips where jets would have to think twice. And the climb rate, brace yourself, 4,000 feet per minute. That's more than some commercial airliners achieve, and it's where the too powerful label starts to make sense. This isn't a plane you can just hop into without paying attention. The power is immediate, the response is sharp, and if you're not anticipating it, the plane will let you know in a hurry. Handling at this performance level is an art. Turn too sharply on takeoff, and the automated fuel switching system keeps you balanced, but you still feel the forces. Push it hard in the climb, and the plane slices through the air with confidence, but it requires skill. The speed, the power, the climb, it's all amplified. Compared to other single-engine turboprops, the E1000 AX is in a league of its own. Compared to small business jets, it's punching well above its weight without the jet cost. For an average pilot, it's exhilarating but also unforgiving. A misjudged maneuver is more noticeable than in slower, less responsive aircraft. And in real-world flight scenarios, it's a showstopper. Imagine breaking through the morning clouds, climbing past 25,000 feet while the sun glints off the composite propeller blades, and the cabin remains quiet and stable, as if nothing extraordinary is happening. Or picture a quick cross-country hop, maintaining jet-like speeds, while the advanced avionics keep you perfectly aware of traffic, weather, and terrain. Every takeoff, every climb, every approach feels alive, fast, and precise. It's the kind of performance that makes seasoned pilots grin and newbies sweat just a little. The Epic E1000 AX doesn't just transport you, it makes you a participant in raw speed, precision, and efficiency. For those who can handle it, it's a thrill ride with unmatched utility. For those who can't, well, it's a humbling reminder that some machines are designed to test limits, not lull you into complacency.
ITT's at 168, so pay attention to that. Voltage is above 24.2, so that is good. Left fuel pump, right fuel pump. Igniter comes on, starter gen comes on. I'm going to come over here to timer reference, and we will start the timer right ahead, left.
And just when you think the Epic E1000 AX has shown all its cards, the Avionics step in and remind you it's not just fast, it's smart. Step into the cockpit, and the technology wraps around you like a safety net and a performance booster at the same time. Synthetic vision gives you a crystal-clear 3D view of terrain, even in murky weather or low visibility. The automated flight control system doesn't replace skill. It enhances it, letting you focus on strategy, approach, and flow rather than wrestling with every twitch of the controls. Integration is seamless. ADS-B keeps traffic awareness sharp, weather radar helps you dodge storms, and EFBS or tablets slide right into your workflow. It's the kind of setup that reduces pilot workload, but doesn't hand the plane over entirely. You still have to know what you're doing. The plane is fast, responsive, and expects a pilot who can keep up. Some of the cockpit's little quirks are genius. The wedge annunciation panel is like a tiny mission control for pre-flight and landing. Red flags pop up if something isn't right. Green lights confirm everything is set. Pair that with the angle of attack gauge and the safe flight stall protection system, and you've got a cockpit that's actively helping you fly safely without holding your hand. And if you want to push even further, optional upgrades like Iridium Satellite Communications, TCAS, and TAWS make the plane almost unshakable. These aren't just bells and whistles, they're tools that let you operate in complex airspace with confidence. You're sitting in a cockpit where everything communicates, alerts, and adapts to your environment, yet you still feel the raw connection to the plane's capabilities. In short, the Epic E1000 AX is a mix of brains and brawn. The avionics don't just make it safer, they make it smarter, faster, and more capable, all while keeping you in the driver's seat, fully aware that this is a high-performance machine that rewards skill and punishes complacency. Now, let's talk numbers, because high performance like this doesn't come cheap. The base price for the Epic E1000 AX sits at $3.85 million, a serious investment. But when you weigh it against the speed, climb rate, and cabin comfort, it starts to make sense. Pre-owned models? They're almost mythical. The aircraft is so new, so in demand, that finding one on the market is like hunting a rare collectible. Owning one isn't just about the sticker price. Fixed annual costs hover around $160,000, covering maintenance, hangar, and other essentials. Hourly operating costs average about $700, which, for what this plane delivers, isn't outrageous. When you break it down, you're paying for raw capability, jet-like performance, and luxury in a single engine package. For pilots and owners, it's not just an aircraft, it's a statement. The value proposition is clear: extreme performance, cutting-edge avionics, and comfort all wrapped in one machine that few can match.
So it's derated to that horsepower, and it'll hold that horsepower to about 8,000 feet or so on a pressure altitude basis. So lots of performance off just about any runway.
We're gonna bring this airplane to Cedar Key, which is one of the shortest paved strips in Florida.
But with great power comes responsibility. The Epic E1000 AX isn't a forgiving plane. Systems like the stick pusher and stick shaker are lifesavers, warning and preventing stalls before they become dangerous. Fuel imbalance is managed automatically, but the pilot still needs to be on top of every lever, every reading. Advanced avionics provide situational awareness, but they aren't a replacement for experience. This plane demands a skilled hand. Its climb rate, speed, and responsiveness can challenge even seasoned pilots if they're not prepared. Less experienced aviators might be overwhelmed by how fast the aircraft reacts, how sharply it climbs, or how precise you need to be during maneuvers. It's a machine that rewards respect and punishes complacency. Every takeoff, every approach, every touch of the controls reminds you that this isn't just a plane. It's a high-performance instrument built for pilots who can handle its extremes. Thanks for sticking around and witnessing what makes the Epic E1000 AX truly extreme. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. There's more jaw-dropping aviation coming your way. So, what's your take on this beast? Drop it in the comments.